Well, hello there, Gold Coin Digger here again. Today we're going to head on an adventure. We're going to look for a handgun that was lost 70 years ago. Back on the homestead where I grew up and my dad grew up, his two brothers were playing cowboys and Indians on a stubble field. They built themselves a campfire and they're playing with a real gun, putting match heads on and shooting the gun like it was real. But the fire got away and they thought they were going to be in big trouble. Get their butts warmed, so they threw the handgun in the bush and never to be found again. This story's been going on for years. When I was 10, 12 years old, I had my realistic Radio Shack metal detector. I was trying to find it back then. Now that we got the real metal detector, we're going back. We're going to see if we can dig up some history. Let's see what we can find. My dad's two brothers were up in the field behind me over here 70 years ago with a handgun, and they had a campfire going, and the fire got away, and the fire was heading straight towards the farmyard. As you can see, I'll show you where that is. It's just right behind me, just down the hill over there. The fire was heading down the hill, and Grandma come out of the house and she's seeing the fire coming down the hill, and she says, "Dear God, stop that fire." And the fire changed direction and the fire did stop. But the boys were scared they'd be in trouble because they weren't supposed to have that handgun, so they went and tossed it in the bush. So we're going to take a look and see if we can find that gun after 70 years. Let's take a look, see what we find. The scary thing was the fire was coming down the hill, and at the bottom of the hill, that's where the thrashing machine was set up, and that's where they thrashed all the grain, and they had a whole granary full of grain, and they thought the fire was going to take that all out too, but it never made it that far. Well, here we are. We're at the location at the top of the hill along the edge of the bush where the boys had their campfire 70 years ago, and they're probably 12, 14 years old. And the story has it, they threw it into the bush, the gun. So how far can a 12, 14-year-old throw it? Probably quite a ways down. So we're going to start over the edge of the hill, work our way down into the valley, and work our way up to the point of the valley where the valley starts. Let's get started and see if we can find this gun. Well, we got a really good signal here. It's running an 81. Sounds like a copper penny. That's not going to be the gun, but let's take a look. See if we can find what it is. There it is right there. Let's see if we can see what it is. It's obviously not that deep. What do we got here? Well, looks like we found ourselves a bullet. Could be a 303. Hasn't been damaged, so it must have been traveled through the air in a long ways without hitting anything, and found its landing spot right here. About a mile south of here is a shooting range. It's kind of scary to think that the bullet made it this far, not very far from the farmyard. That's not good. Let's keep on going, see what else we can find. We've been at this for an hour and a half already. Hey, Dad, I think your brothers are giving you a big story here. I think they sold your gun. Told you that they threw it in the bush. I can't find it anywhere around here. A couple more minutes and we're gonna hit the road. I think I've covered all it, except for maybe 10 foot strip along the edge of the field. I think we're gonna try that last and meet you at the top of the hill there, Dad. Guess we'll see. After an hour and a half of searching, all through the bush here, all the way down the valley, all the way down the field over here, we came what we were looking for. We found it. The handgun that's been missing for 70 years. There you go. Just a couple inches under the ground. There you go. The wood's rotted off the handle. We'll have to clean that one up and we'll get you the story behind that one.
Well, you found it. There it is.
You found it?
Yeah,
70 years later?
that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Missing the barrel, I guess, hey?
The barrel's missing off.
Oh my goodness!
Sure, that's it. That's a real gun.
Was it underground?
Could you find the... Oh, that's it, all right.
I'll go back and see if we can find the barrel.
You might be found the barrel there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you're lucky. Whereabouts? I'm going back down there.
You can see what I'm doing here?
Oh, yeah.
We got another really good signal right there. We found the handgun right here. Let's see what's right there.
Boy, that was the last reserve, wasn't it, though? That sounds good. Mmm. You get it?
I don't know if this is part of the gun or not. I don't know. We'll have to see if there's anything else. Let's take a listen.
Still some there. Wasn't he?
No. That's it.
I thought it made a noise there. There.
No, that's this thing going off. Something else right there too. You don't want the poison ivy.
No.
Right there.
Some other parts, probably parts of the gun.
There's the barrel, maybe, no?
Could be.
That could be the barrel right there. After we found the gun, we decided to stop in and see Uncle John on the way back into town. Walked into his house. I said, I found something you threw in the bush 70 years ago so you wouldn't get your butt whipped from Grandma. He looked at me with this big smile on his face and he says, you found the gun? Well, he explained to me that there was no barrel on the gun. It's a little short, small, concealed weapon. The trigger folds up and it's a 6-shot. After we had talked for a while, he says, by the way, I didn't throw it in the bush. Your Uncle Bill did. So what do? Let's take a trip to Portage. Let's go see Uncle Bill. He's in the hospital. He's 88. We walked in there and I said the same thing. You threw this in the bush over 70 years ago, Uncle Bill, so Grandma wouldn't whip your butt. He had this smile on his face you wouldn't believe. You found the gun? Showed him the gun. We had a talk. Couldn't believe it. They used to take the gun to school, shoot the girls. Got in trouble for that, they said. He also said, but I'm not the one who threw the gun in the bush. It was your Uncle John. Well, there you have it. The story of the lost gun in the Rogers family. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next adventure.